Microphone. Thank you, sound. Cast, quiet please. Cast. Good evening, everybody. This is a very exciting show. This has been a lot of fun to put together. Your children are absolutely amazing people. I love the fact that I get to know students that are not normally in my classes. They're just absolutely amazing kids. Mr. Pope and I would like to request a couple of things. And then I want to let you know where you can find a video and pictures. We do not allow flash photography at our performances. It truly blinds our performers. Please do not use a flash if you're going to take pictures. But there's something that I do while we're in production. I'm a mom, I get it. I want pictures of my babies. So there are pictures of your kids from the very first rehearsal up until this morning at the performance for the elementary school. The kids have access to these pictures in a Google Classroom, and if they have not shared that with you, they do have access to that. If you still do not have access, please email me. I've got a whole folder full of pictures that I can share with you. And Mr. Mack, he's our tech guy in this building. He is wonderful. We did not ask him to do this, but he did anyway. He put a live feed that you can access through YouTube, through your student account. And yes, I wrote it on my hand. On YouTube, if you search, or if your relatives that could not make it want to search it, it is Columbia MS Live Mevo, M-E-V-O. I'll say it one more time because I see a lot of you taking this down. Columbia MS Live Mevo, M-E-V-O. And it's still written on my hand, so if you need to look at that later, you go right ahead. And remember, the pictures are in Google Classroom. There's tons of them. Please enjoy them. I don't take those pictures for me. I take them for you. And other than that, please silence cell phones and toddlers. And we're going to get on with the show.
As you undoubtedly know, I wrote most of the stories you grew up with. Rumpelstiltskin, Red Riding Hood, Chicken Little. I'm best known for my romances. Some people call me Aesop, Grimm, or Anderson. Small matter. What is significant is that thanks to me, Cinderella found her royal mate, Sleeping Beauty, her life's companion, and that jolly frog at the bottom of the well found love and happiness in a nearby palace. The list of my accomplishments is endless. However, from time to time in storybook land, things do go a bit awry. That is why, every now and again, I must perform the duties of a therapist and marriage counselor. We solve all kinds of personal problems here. It's a job I do on the side when I'm not writing. If you'll follow me, please, our group therapy session is about to begin. Fear, your counselor is here.
She smooths out paths and makes a sunny day, lots of sunshine, with fluffy clouds snow white, and she guarantees a full moon every single night. If mandolins suddenly start to play, she's conducting that most romantic tune, and her calendar has only 1 month, and it's the month of June. And newlyweds get thirsty.
I pour the wine.
When we go out to dinner,
I make sure the menu's full.
she distributes glasses with rose-colored lenses. She arbitrates, she mediates, helping lovers make amends. Lend an ear when sweethearts go astray. If you're troubled, she's got the time, and she will point the way to put you right back online.
Good morning, counselor. Morning, Mr. Scribe. Is everyone present for the group therapy session?
So wait, I canceled at the last minute.
Oh?
She couldn't change her hairdressing appointment. She's dyeing her hair blonde, you know, so blonde sounds more fun.
I didn't know, and I don't approve. Did she say how she and her prince were getting on?
Sound rather cynical.
How so?
Said she believed in dreams until she married one.
The prince has always been something of a talker. Once a man learns how to listen, he and his wife can remain on speaking terms indefinitely. Schedule them both for a private session.
Yes, counselor.
As you know, I have found that group therapy is an effective way for each of us to express our feelings and share our disappointments. That way we all take part in the process. Who would like to share first? How about you? How's your identity crisis today, Rumpelstiltskin?
Don't call me by my name. Don't you know I'm keeping it secret?
If you think you've got problems, I lost all my sheep again today, and I don't know where to find them.
Again? You're always losing those things, little Bo Peep. It's not as if you had a real problem like mine.
Ah yes, Prince Charming. Married to Cinderella, I believe. Good to see you again, Charming.
I'm not feeling charming.
Please sit down. Tell us, what's your problem?
Well,
Come, we're here to help.
all right. I'll come directly to the point. I don't think I'm suited to Cinderella.
What makes you say that?
You can take Cinderella out of the kitchen, but you can't take the kitchen out of Cinderella.
What's wrong with the kitchen? I cook for my grandmother all the time. That reminds me, Little Red, you were going to bring a new recipe for curds and whey. Oh, Little Miss Muffet. I forgot. I had it in my writing book someplace.
You just don't understand. I'm a business-like fellow. I'm concerned about worldly affairs, investments, things like that.
Yes.
Cinderella doesn't need a modern prince like me. She's something from the past. She loves those cinders. I can't get her away from that fireplace.
I know, and I always get the blame. It isn't being a good stepmother when fairy godmothers get all the credit.
Did you know she turned that wonderful glass slipper into a planter?
A planter?
She's growing a philodendron in it.
That's no way to treat such a beautiful slipper. What a shame they only came in one size.
Before I got married, I used to think that being lonesome was man's worst fate.
Things are that bad?
I'll show you. Just this morning, I was looking for her and found her in the kitchen, as usual. Cinderella, what are you doing in the cookery?
I like it here. It's humble.
I wish you'd get out of humble and into haughty. How do you think it looks to our subjects having their princess dressed in rags by choice?
I'm a humble person, but I'm sincere.
Yeah. Oh, my love is no longer I know it's too late to be switching, but my wife spends her life in the kitchen. Oh,
You can't take the cinder out of Cinderella, Cinderella, Cinderella. Can't take the cinder out of Cinderella. Now he's in a stew.
when I was single, such a happy fella, happy fella, happy fella. Now I'm married, so I'm happy fella. Don't know what to do. I used to go out on the town, have a steak, nice and brown. Now, if you please, all I get is peas. I eat 'em with a knife to put some excitement in my life.
You can't take the cinder out of Cinderella, Cinderella, Cinderella. Gosh, oh gee, be a happy fella if he could get through.
I shot for the moon, thought I'd marry the best. Now I'm back down to earth and so depressed.
You can't take the cinder out of Cinderella, Cinderella, Cinderella. Now it appears they'll have a lot of clashes. Their love is headed for the ashes.
Cinderella, my ball gown needs ribbon up the neckline. See it, will you?
I'll do my humble best.
My wife does not take in sewing.
Since when?
As ruler of this kingdom, I forbid it.
But working for others makes her happy. Who are you to think otherwise?
Her husband?
Oh, that.
What are you doing living here anyway? Why don't you live in your own cottage?
When can we live rent-free with this pinhead?
Cinderella, I'm having a few friends over tea this afternoon. Make sure my silver is polished. Of course, sister dear.
My wife does not polish teapots.
Since when?
This has to stop.
Why?
There are affairs of state we must attend to. Pardons, conferences, taxes.
Cinderella has no interest in that sort of rubbish.
We keep telling you, she's happy the way she is.
But I'm not.
Listen to him, men.
Never satisfied.
All husbands are alike, just have different faces so I can tell them apart.
This is far more serious than I thought.
Cinderella, I'm losing my patience.
I have a feeling he'd rather lose Cinderella.
What about the ball this Saturday?
All that fancy food, all those rich people, you go by yourself. I'll stay here and chat with the mice.
I heard that last remark, Cinderella.
Hello, stepmother. Is there any humble service I might perform for you?
You're so sweet. You're giving the whole entire castle diabetes.
Would you like to watch me sweep out the pumpkin?
Heavens no, and I don't think that you're fulfilling your obligations as a wife and a princess. The people expected more from you.
Told them, didn't I?
What's the use?
I'm making stale bread and milk for dinner.
Ugh. It's always like this. I'm the laughing stock of the countryside. A married man never knows when he's well off, because he never is.
Don't worry, Prince Charming. I'll think of something.
Imagine being married to a woman who talks to mice and puts training wheels on pumpkins.
You'll be all right.
If I ever get my hands on that fairy godmother,
Who needs a fairy godmother anyhow? I need an exterminator. The spiders in my house are absolutely disgusting. Not as bad as that wolf that keeps turning up in the forest. Maybe he called the royal dog catcher. Does he have
Ladies, we'll get to your problems in a moment. Right now, this gentleman seems quite upset.
It's Sleeping Beauty's husband, Prince Ling. Step forward, please.
Mr. Scribe, can you please tell me what I wrote besides Sleeping Beauty?
It seems you wrote Happily Ever After.
Yep.
Surprise, surprise, is what you always write.
You're bitter about something.
Well, remember how I had to cut my way through the thorny forest?
Naturally.
I was covered in head to toe in bandages for weeks.
Love makes some men reckless.
How I had to chop, chop, chop at the thick foliage around the castle.
I recall.
I sprained my wrist.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know.
And after all that, there she was, Sleeping Beauty.
Sleeping.
See, that's the problem. I like to go out. I like to go to fine restaurants. I like to move in the world.
Aha, I'm beginning to understand. You don't like your wife's cooking.
Ugh.
If you don't like your wife's cooking, you should keep your mouth shut.
My wife has given me the best years of her life and the worst of mine.
What does she do with herself all day?
She naps.
What?
She naps. They don't call her Sleeping Beauty for nothing.
But with your kids, you saved her from everlasting sleep.
See, that was before the happily ever after part.
We can't all pick the winning horse.
Are you calling my wife a horse?
Figure of speech.
Sorry, I don't know very much about speech. Beauty doesn't like to talk.
How do you communicate?
Infrequently, just like what I have to go through every day. Beauty, Sleeping Beauty, what are you doing asleep in the middle of the morning? You slept all night.
I'm resting up for my afternoon nap.
But we're going horseback riding after the session.
Tomorrow, maybe.
Maybe?
All depends if I'm resting.
I'm a nervous wreck.
You should take a nap.
And you should take an interest in this marriage.
I'll think about it tomorrow.
Not tomorrow. Now. The royal relatives are coming over for a state banquet. I need you there, alert, lively. Beauty? Sleeping Beauty!
How dare you wake me from my nap? You know I need my sleep. Go find a dragon or something.
But Beauty, is it always like this? Always. The only time she did attend a royal banquet, she fell asleep in the appetizer.
I'll give this some considerable thought.
See, a man like me doesn't need a woman who sleeps all day. I need someone spirited and enchanted.
You mean enchanting. Please return to your seat, Princeling. I'll think of something.
Huh, you better.
It looks like things are not going well.
I know. I had no idea matters were in such a sorry state. Their temperaments are so different. What am I going to do?
If I were you, I'd let sleeping dogs fly.
Well, Rumpelstiltskin, that's hardly the way the story is supposed to end.
Don't call me by my name. Don't you not keep it a secret?
I can't imagine why. It's such a distinguishable sounding name.
Really? No one's ever told me that before.
It's getting late. When is it going to be my turn?
Who's she?
She's a pawn princess.
The Pawn Princess?
Remember? Married her off to a frog.
A frog?
You're talking about my husband, I gather.
Ah, yes. Forgive me for the moment. I have so many in my book, you understand.
I don't see how you can forget him. Nasty cold thing that he is.
You mean was? Now, thanks to the counselor, that frog's now a happy and well-adjusted prince.
If that were so, what am I doing here?
Better let me handle this, Mr. Scribe. Pawn Princess, please.
I prefer to stand.
As you wish.
The very idea, you ought to be ashamed.
What have I done?
You write us into life, marry us off, and then abandon us.
You're being unfair. After all, we're all here to help. We learn from each other. If you would tell me what's troubling you.
To begin with, it's embarrassing to marry a man who was once a frog.
These things happen. We must be mature enough to accept them.
A man can't live as a frog for years and years and change overnight.
What is it that he does specifically that annoys you?
He croaks.
What? He's croaked? Pawn Princess, in a vulgar choice of words, are you informing me that your husband has passed on?
No. He croaks. Croak, 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 like a frog.
Ribbit.
See for yourself.
Oh my, I hope he doesn't drip.
How are you today, husband?
Ribbit.
Are you in good health?
Ribbit.
I noticed yesterday you were sitting in the pond again.
Ribbit.
You way too much to sit in the lily pad.
Ribbit.
The children are not accustomed to seeing the ruler sitting in a stagnant puddle and catching flies.
Ribbit.
The royal carpets are soggy from your comings and goings.
Ribbit.
I'd as soon kiss a mud turtle. And will you stop saying croak? You're not a frog any longer. Just a husband. Why don't you go play in the mud? He won a gold medal in the leapfrog Olympics.
Most unusual. Once a storybook curse is broken by a kiss, the future is usually bright.
Right, my future has been mossy green. I don't like it. Can you imagine what it's like when his relatives come over for dinner? As you can tell, me and the prince are completely incompatible. I like going out. I enjoy horseback riding. I don't like official functions.
Interesting you should say that. You've given me an idea.
Having a husband who insists on reverting to his frog ways are both unnerving and impractical for a level-headed woman like me.
I quite agree. Change is our call for.
Then call.
We're all waiting for something. Anything.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, husbands and wives, it would appear that writing happily ever after was a bit premature. Please, nothing will be solved by raw emotion. I assume all our couples here wish to remain married.
That's the point of writing a fairy tale. No, we have to be someone who can be an example for the rest of us.
Who wants to get married anyhow? I'm trying to get over my fear of spiders.
Ladies, being a bride is a hit or miss proposition.
If she doesn't make a hit, she'll remain a miss.
To the men, I would say, no man expects his wife to be perfect.
No matter what she says.
The solution is simple.
Teamwork, teamwork, when things go wrong, don't seem to work. Then it takes teamwork, 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 teamwork.
Everyone knows Mr. Right, but everyone is right. You gotta keep it going, or you may end up like a fool.
Teamwork, teamwork, loving partners never shirk. There we have teamwork, 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 teamwork.
Someone to reassure us and to lift us up 10 feet tall.
Someone to cook us chicken soup. We are sick in bed.
Even if we should get out of bed, someone's leaning us over the head.
Teamwork, do your share. Teamwork, show your care.
Every night, every gal needs a lover's supply. You miss one every night, you don't bring it to Christmas Day.
Teamwork, teamwork, others input makes us work. We call it teamwork, 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 teamwork. Teamwork, teamwork.
That's all well and good, but what are you going to do about it? Some minor editing. I'll do some rewriting, give Mr. Scribe some new calculations, and put them through the computer in the next room.
That's a sensible idea.
Who marries who?
From what I've heard today, it's perfectly logical. Sleeping Beauty wants to sleep and sleep and sleep, correct?
Well, there's your answer.
And all the Frog Prince wants to do is sit and croak.
Endlessly. Remake.
If you'll assist me in the new additions, the Frog Prince will marry Sleeping Beauty. She can nap and he can croak. One nap, one croak.
What about me?
You were right. Cinderella's not for you. I'm afraid she's a loser.
But a humble and sincere loser.
Instead of Cinderella, you will now be wed to your stepmother-in-law.
That's a wonderful idea.
She's clever, skillful, and interested in the stock market.
Don't forget about me.
You and Princeling think alike, enjoy the same things. I'll write an ending here and an ending there, so you two will marry.
What about Cinderella? She's left with no one.
She has her humility. No husband can compete with that. Got it all?
I have.
Put all the adjustments into the computer and send them through.
Right.
Well, they did it again. A whole session gone by. And they never the rest of us. What do you do in therapy anyhow?
Therapy? I thought this was the lost and found.
Lost and found? Well, you found me. Suppose they're gonna help you find a sheep?
Thanks, Rumpy.
Grumpy. I think I like that.
I suppose we could leave too. Would you like to stop at my grandmother's house? This is frozen yogurt.
Sure, I've had enough to hear for curds and whey. If Mother marries the prince, we'll have titles too.
All right, everyone. Rearrange your lives. We owe it all to modern technology and crisis intervention. Out, out. New lives await you. And there we have it. A slight oversight regarding the end of the story has been corrected. The stepmother and Prince Charming, the Frog Prince and Sleeping Beauty, and Princeling and the Pot Princess lived happily ever after. What's that? Speak a little louder, please. You want to be shown how things worked out? But I just told you. You're from Missouri and want to be shown? Very well. And we shall see that happiness and bliss once again reigns in each and every kingdom.
Cinderella, there's a stain on my favorite necktie. Can you get it out?
Of course, Your Majesty. Charming, what are you doing here?
There was a stain on my necktie.
I don't want you to talk to the servants. You're an autocrat, not a Democrat.
I only thought...
That's the problem with you, Charming. You think too much. You're not planning on wearing that horrid
dear.
Can't win them all. I'm certain the others have fared better. Ribbit.
Stop all that croaking, you idiot. How can I rest up for my afternoon nap without your croaking?
Ribbit.
You're demented.
Ribbit.
Stop it, I said.
Ribbit. Oh my.
Lovely and chancy creature.
Aha! I'm it again.
Oh, hello, dear.
Don't you hello dear me, you peeping Tom. You're looking at that cinder person through the binoculars again.
Well, she has royal qualities.
I'm gonna give you a few royal lumps. Take that.
Oh.
And that.
Oh.
And that.
Cinderella, look what this boy has done. He's put on a jacket with a missing button. He's such an infant.
Ribbit.
Stop it. I'm going to get the exterminator after you.
Ribbit. Tease me.
Give me back my binoculars.
If I catch you with these binoculars again, I'm gonna play a nursery rhyme on your skull.
Mr. Scribe! Mr. Scribe!
I'm not afraid of no whistle.
Please, I seem to be having problems.
Never mind your problems. What about me? How do I get rid of this frog of a husband?
Ribbit.
Some marriage counselor.
Throw her in the boat!
I want
Burn
to
all the books!
Ribbit.
Mr. Scribe! Put everything back through the computer. Put everything back the way it was. We'll get this thing fixed up yet.
And once more, Prince Charming has found his Cinderella. Sleeping Beauty has been awakened, and the Frog Prince has been transformed by a magical kiss. And they all lived happily ever after.
My darling.
My prince! Counselor! Counselor! My name is Snow White, and I'm complaining about 7 little old men who keep showing up at my palace. I'm sorry, but the rewrite department is closed.
And that's how you really live. Happily ever after.
Every guy in every town needs a lover who's a pal. They may squabble, they may fight, but don't forget to kiss goodnight. Teamwork, teamwork, others in what makes us hurt. We call it teamwork, 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 teamwork.
Usually if you've been to a concert, I give my normal spiel about stacking the chairs 8 high. Well, we have a show tomorrow morning, so you don't have to do any of that. Right, yeah, But we want to thank you all for coming out, and a big thank you to our assistant principal, Katie Lau, who came to support us tonight. Give her a big round of applause for that. Have a great night. Thank you for letting us borrow your students for the last couple of months. Have a good night, everyone. Thank you.